What up everyone, Gumption Poker here, playing some 200 Rush and Cash. Appreciate you all tuning in, watching the video. Today I'm just gonna, do what we do and show how to beat the games on GG post rake. And just gonna do my best. We'll make mistakes just like everyone, but hopefully I just make a few less mistakes than everyone else, and then that will cultivate in a positive win rate. The goal, as always, is just to play solid poker. I'm going to 4-bet the ace-8 suited against an opponent who's 3-betting a decent chunk. You can see here, 15% 3-bet. Suited aces make good 4-bets in general. They retain a lot of equity against calling ranges where people might be flooding queens, jacks, tens, maybe even kings. Having the nut flush draw is also quite powerful. And this is a pretty good board for us. So I do get to c-bet jack 4-6 rainbow. We've got the backdoor flush draw as well. Helps to have that little bit extra equity. Queen 10's already a tough spot. When they go half pot on the turn, I think I will call with Queen 10 just because it should be a little less nutty. We do pick up the draw with ace-8, so we're going to continue firing. And we do see ace-10 going for a sort of half-size turn bet there. So they're going half-size with their sort of medium strength. Dare I say, bluffs and big hands maybe utilizing a different size. We get really lucky here with the ace-8 hitting that backdoor, but that's why we barrel with equity out of position. If we didn't hit the flush draw, we would have given up. Very important concept, barreling your equity out of position. In position, you want to check back and realize it more. The thing is though, the jack's not an amazing card for our range, although I think in a 4-bet pot there isn't an offsuit portion of jack X, so we can just ignore it. If we have aces, kings, occasional queens, we can just go ahead and continue value betting. I think checking to induce a bluff isn't the best in this scenario because they've already called twice. It's very hard for them to have a bluff, especially on a run out of jack 6-4 where very tricky for them to float too wide. You know, there isn't any big Broadway draws, for example, that kind of miss. But maybe an important one there where we have an opponent who's quite aggressive, and so instead of just rolling over, we need to play aggressively back to them. And I do need to remember to activate streamer mode, because I usually forget that. Hopefully I'll remember. Eights we've just peeled pre. Ace-6 I think is too loose. I've been playing CoinPoker games mainly with antes, so I'm probably going to defend too wide in some spots, and I will try to tighten up here and there. Eights really just went for thin value and a little bit of protection on the turn, although betting in position on the turn for protection isn't really a concept you see too often. So on this river they lead, pretty clever lead I would say. I'm just going to go ahead and fold. There's a lot of hands that they can have there. We can 3-bet the king 10 versus an ISO. You would expect a motionless to ISO kind of wide, so maybe like a cutoff or even button sort of range, and 3-betting king 10 suited there I believe would probably be a mix anyway, so I'll just go to full frequency in that scenario and just assume the preflop raiser has a wider range, because they should be isolating and trying to play heads up versus the limper a decent amount. Yeah, I've been really enjoying and loving poker lately. And yeah, the knowledge feels okay. I think I've just still got like so much to learn. However, my results have been quite good, so I think I'm just at this point of just need to put in the hours, grow the bankroll bit by bit, and then hopefully move up soon. Been mostly playing 500 NL on CoinPoker, and yeah, keen to get to 1k NL, but it's going to take a while, I think. I would like to see the bankroll challenge hit 100k first. So we lead small on the 3-3 deuce, which is kind of whatever. We probably shouldn't be leading. But as played, I will call the raise. They do go for pot on the turn. I think unblocking the clubs, I'm going to go ahead and call. Pretty nice run out for them now, though, unfortunately. What's interesting to me is they did raise in position on the flop. So it's more sort of an overpair region, I think. I think my hand is quiet face up, so it's pretty obvious that I've got some sort of mid-pocket pair. Really love unblocking a lot of bluffs. Unblock 4-5, unblock club. Don't know if they're potting some clubs on the turn, although probably a decent chance they are. Feel like on the King River, I just have to pay this one. Nice, it was the Ace of Club blocker, so interesting that they chose to continue bluffing that combo. We'll go for a small raise with the Kings. So basically on the 3-3 deuce jack king, I don't think a pot, like I don't think a hand like kings or jack, or at least jacks doesn't really pot turn. I don't know if 3x does. So then shoving on the king, their range gets quite narrow. Also a little bit of just a feeling. I think it's really important to kind of trust your gut in poker. Sometimes you get it wrong, sometimes you get it right. But at the end of the day, you need to play your game and play your way, or there's no point in playing right or wrong. I'm always willing to back up my reads and accept that sometimes they're going to be wrong, sometimes they're going to be right. And then if you get them wrong, you just learn from it. And if you get them right, you feel good. We feel good right now. It's a fun game, poker. It's certainly can feel like a brutal game sometimes though, but I think it feels worse if you kind of hesitate and think, oh, you know, you fold there going, oh, I think they're bluffing, but you fold. That's a recipe for disaster. You won't enjoy the game, and it's worse. You almost feel worse in the long run doing that than just calling and getting it wrong and being like, okay, I got it wrong. Can mix the king queen here. I'll put in a 3-bet, I think. Yeah, my 3-bet's very low this session. The queen deuce 5 is close. Probably against this 40 VPIP if it's only 27 hands. So probably fake. But yeah, we want to do a lot of checking, and I think a lot of people c-bet too much out of position. So I do want to avoid that mistake. Queen jack suited, we're just going to call, but 3-betting I think is fine. We're going to lead this board. Really nice board for us. It's less nice when they 3x, but I think it's still decent. And I'm going to go half pot on the turn here because I still want to bet 2-pair plus. I don't want to condense my range to just straights. So I like to go for a little bit of a merge, and then on the river I can play a couple of different sizes. Blocker with my sets and some 2 pairs. Go bigger bet with some straights, and put bluffs in both and traps in both. Ace 4, we're going to go about half pot on this one. Ace high boards where don't need a ton of protection, so I don't need to bet like pocket kings. I like to not necessarily just range bet it. So start to size up. I've got an advantage with my strong ace X on A7-4. A big shout out to you all. I just realized I probably got to get the chat up here. I've got to activate live mode. Big shout out to Sasha, Nicholas, Let's Get It, Gumption Gaming, Leandre, GLGL, mate. Thank you guys for tuning in. I do appreciate yous. Hopefully the stream's all working smooth. It's been a minute for sure. Let me just activate streamer mode. Apologies for the short delay. Start stream. There we go. We are live and direct. Get some of the chat up here. King Queen's got a mix versus UTG. The Queen Jack, we're going to go half pot. Oh, I have misread the situation. I think it's still an okay spot. I think I want to go... Yeah, I guess I do kind of want to go half. The 10's pretty nice. I get the double gutter. It's a spot where I do flat ace 10 pre and bet it on the flop. So I'm actually going to keep betting here. I do have all of the... Yeah, I'm actually going to pot it. I've got all of the 2 pairs here. Like I've got ace 7, ace 8, 7, 8, ace 10, 10, 7, 10, 8. So actually I'm doing pretty well. I've got some jack 9 that bluffs for the nuts as well. So yeah, pretty nice spot. I think it makes sense for me to want to and be able to pot turn. And this is kind of like playing solid poker, right? Like when we bluff, it makes sense. We've got value. And when we have value, we got to try and think about putting in enough bluff so we're not overly weighted toward value in other spots. Yeah, just try and play good solid poker that makes sense. Versus a check back here, I'm going to go half pot with 10-9. I certainly have a ton of hands that want to bet, and I don't necessarily only want to bet strong. I want to bet my 8x. Even a hand like ace 3 probably doesn't mind betting. Having 2 overcards fold. This ace 3 will just give up. It's a nice board for them. So same kind of thing, right? I'm not just going to start bluffing ace 3 randomly to a hijack range on that board where they're doing very well. They can bluff a lot on the flop and chose not to. Stuff like that. And you do this over and over and over, and you know, hopefully you're doing a little bit better than your opponents, and you make some profit. It's the goal. We get a cash drop pot here. Let's limp in. There looks like a couple of players that hopefully will play more passive than usual, but I think folding the 7-5 would also be very reasonable. We face a big 3-bet here from the small blind. They actually have a decent 3-bet here, 11% over 1.5k hands. So I am going to 4-bet the ace king. I think flatting it totally fine and good as well. Wait, did you call with the 6-6? Didn't see. I did call Sasha Nicholas. They had ace 10 high and we won a nice stack. We can go small bet in position on the ace queen 5. It is a board that we'll check a bit on. I'd rather have ace or king of clubs just to need a little less protection. The 8s, again, you know, wanting to not c-bet too much out of position. So I've chose to put it into my check call range. I think in particular 8s does benefit quite a lot from betting. So perhaps I should just be betting it. But yeah, as played, I'm definitely not folding. And we do win against Jack 8 suited. Pretty loose flat pre. I'm going to note that. You know, because a lot of what you do in poker is being able to accurately assess about what hands are in your opponent's range. So if they come up with a hand that I wouldn't normally put in their range, I want to note it, and that can also help us beyond figuring out what's in their range, but also giving an idea of their psychology. Like, that's a player who definitely likes to get amongst it and play some more hands. Could bet the king 4-6. My hand likes checking, so I'm playing it a little bit imbalanced against Jim, our man Jim. Shout out to you. Good luck and hello. But yeah, we're going to go for check call here. And we're going to go half pot for value with the ace jack. So pretty awful run out for our jacks. But I don't see us getting any value. I don't see there really being a point in bluffing. Like, we could maybe get queen x to fold. But yeah, I'm not really interested in that. So I will try to get to showdown. I have an option to check raise here, but it's an interesting check raise spot. Maybe I don't mind it the more I think about it. I don't have Jack 10 all that often, which is annoying. I don't think they have it a ton, but I think they can have it a bit to bet flop, check back, turn to realize equity. Maybe a little bit. We certainly have queens a lot, and even... Well, what else can we really have to check call here? Ace 4 and Ace 6, but those hands also bet, so it's a weird one. The 4s, I think I'll just try to get to showdown. Probably should have folded pre with this rake. And I'm going to go, I think B75 with the king 10, maybe even pot. I think pot is okay. I think our hand hits the threshold for a pot bet for value. This jack seemed really close. Feels like a call maybe, because I don't think this is king X, and I don't know how much ace X auto bets flop. So, and I blocked Jack 10, so I'm actually going to make the call here rather than raise. And we did get it right. Sorry, Sebco. I feel maybe, like I was just talking about on stream, a spot where Sebco didn't really rep much value, didn't really have it a ton, and so easy to overbluff. But given that he did check back the huge draw on the turn, makes me think Jack 10 was in there. That makes me like not check raising more and just calling more. Since he's not just betting the draws pure. So extrapolating, checking back the flush draw open-ended, then therefore probably checking back some other stuff. Like Jack 10 occasionally. Could be wrong, but I'm just doing my best to guess. The 6 is pretty close and whatever, but at this point I can still call. The pot's very small. And the queens is close. Oh, I'm just going to 4-bet. They have only 20 hands this session. Going to check back the 10-9-8. Not a great board for me. Really want to realize equity. Board where they want to check raise a lot. I also have a hand that's dominating like their ace-4 suited type stuff. And we do just get to check all the way and win at showdown a decent amount. Tough spot here on the river because a lot of the hands I beat, like King Queen, I think want to bet turn. But I do think 2 into 4.5, there's enough air that they may randomly bet. Although, yeah, I don't want to use up a time bank, but I wouldn't mind thinking it through a little more there. Because like 2 into 4.5, just got to note that one. You know, some people might want to bluff bigger there. Like maybe that's only ever value. But some people might only ever sort of bluff that. It's really hard to tell, and it's, I think, very player dependent. So what even happened here? They cold called. We're going to go half pot on this pretty drawy board. Got the ace of hearts, which is nice, and maybe I can consider some other options there, but yeah, betting's certainly standard and fine. You know, again, it's a board. If I get a king high board versus a cold caller, I'm often going to c-bet bluff. Therefore, when I actually have it, I do want to also c-bet for value, not be too face up. Jack 8 against the small blind. I think I'm going to check back. They have some reasonably tight stats. And they should be reasonably tight from the small blind, having a lot less air than big blind would, for example. They do a quick check on the deuce. And I do think they have a few hands that will check call minimum a street. So I'm currently not that interested in bluffing. I think on the king river it's quite good for me. I don't want to rep anything too big. Just want to rep like a weak ace, maybe a king queen that check back type stuff. Trying to get a small pair to fold, or yeah, I don't know how, if they can't really have a queen high without also hitting a pair, but same kind of thing, right? We're just repping the weak ace 3 here. So same as the previous hand this time. We actually... Oh, I just realized we had 2 pair. Whoops. Probably should put 2 pair bigger. If I had like ace 4 here, like this is the sizing I would use. Didn't matter in this scenario, but you know, I would play at multiple sizes. Eyeballs. GL on the session, thank you. You're an absolute legend, appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. We can mix the Jack 10 here. I might go to 7 just because we're slightly deeper than 100. 10, 7, you know, not a great board for us. I can do some check raises here sometimes. I think I'll go for it this time, but, you know, calling's fine as well. We do have king, queen, and threes. King 3 suited, queen 3 suited. So I think it's okay, but not great. I like having the 10 because I can bluff on a 9 or an ace and rep Jack 10 and block it. Yeah, we're in rough shape once they call here. Yeah, but I think I'll continue. I still got some equity. Again, I've got a couple of hands I can bluff with on the river. So on this run out, we block Jack 10, we block the diamonds. Having the 7's irrelevant, like none of us have 4-7. So this is just a give up for me. Again, playing good poker, right? Not gonna go too crazy and just like take every spot to bluff. So would have, you know, obviously hit a diamond or a 9 or an ace to continue there. But with that combo we give up. And then if I had a hand like pocket 2s perhaps, maybe some 10 jack no diamond, we can consider, you know, shoving river. But yeah, with the 10 of diamonds, we don't want to shove river. We block a lot of what we would want them to have. And they have king queen, very reasonable. Standard call. I think in some pools, certainly in a lot of like Russian cash pools, you could consider folding turn against a lot of people who are going to underbluff check raise barrel there. Needed to barrel that turn, it was so good for my hand. Yeah, you probably... I don't mind the check back at all though. I just think the river card, you can bluff some rivers, but maybe not that one. But yeah, I'd say standard would be to bet, just continue betting turn. Typically, turn, you do want to check back and realize equity. The threshold with straight flush draws, you can often bet call, so they kind of do make sense to bet call. If you have like a weaker flush draw, checking back if you can't bet call and stuff is nice. But not a huge deal either way, I would say, Sebco. Yeah, just one and done with the queen 7. And they do have the ace. Interesting to note that they didn't go for any kind of value on the river. The 9s we will check blind on blind. Again, doing a lot of checking out of position. Big shout out to you all tuning in. I do appreciate you all. We seem to be getting constantly 3-bet small blind versus cutoff. I don't know what it is. Something's in the water. We get this low board. I think it's not bad actually. I'm going to go ahead and c-bet it because, you know, I don't think the low pocket pairs are in the 3-bet call range. Like pocket 2s, I don't really see 3-bet calling. It's certainly possible. So I think it's more like the 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s region than the Broadway. So ace king definitely can check back. The 9s, I mean, yeah, we don't block the nuts. Like we want to have a 5 in our hand. So even, yeah, sorry, I'll get into it. Give me 1 second. I'll get into the... when you are thinking about bluff catching, you can call like your highest equity hand. So in that scenario, like if we have 2 pair or something, we consider calling. Then the next portion of hands that call are blockers, right? So on the Jack 2, 8, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the nuts. So having a 5 in our hand, I mean ace 5 as well, For them to shove, it's probably just going to be straights and not a set, I would imagine. So we really want to have a 5 in our hand in order to... So if we have like Jack 5, you know, that's a candidate. If we think they have enough or they're bluffing enough, that would be a candidate to bluff catch. But like pocket 9s just doesn't block any of the nuts. So like, I think it would be a bad, even if I call and win, it's like, that's not, again, we want to make good decisions over and over and over. So I would just view that as sort of like poor fundamentals to call there, and it would be a decent mistake. Yeah, the king 5, we're just going to try and get to showdown. And they didn't bet river, so good to know. I mean, they had a right kind of hand, but if they had to give up there, it's worth noting, you know, that they didn't just take any bluff spot. Queen 5 suited might be too loose. Again, I've been playing anti-games on CoinPoker, so some of my defense a little bit too loose, maybe an autopilot-y sometimes. 6, 7, 8, really bad board for me. But it is a board that I'll still bet sometimes for half pot. Like, I've got 10-9 here, I'm still going to bet it. And some hands that really benefit from betting are these underpairs, where if they just fold Queen Jack, it's huge for us. 8's fairly bad turn. You know, we'll have some 8x, but they just have a lot more. This is this idea of offsuit. So they have like ace 8 offsuit, king 8 offsuit, which we do not have. We certainly don't have king 8 offsuit. We might open ace 8. So whenever offsuit hits one range, it's going to be really skewed. It's 12 combos of offsuit and 4 of the suited. So yeah, just a spot where I'm going to be really careful about bluffing too much on that turn. And I'll be doing a lot of checking back. This guy's short with the jack, so I'm just going to go ahead and raise and try to get all the money in. Pretty bad turn card, but there's like less than a bet behind. They could easily just have club here, or even just a random 7x. There are 43 VPIP, so I do expect to see a wide range of hands. There we go, 7x indeed. And I'm only going to run it once. Sorry, I don't like having short stacks in the pool, so I'd rather... You know, just they can get deeper, win the flip or whatever. Not quite a flip, but win the pod and play deeper is fine by me. Obviously, I'd rather hold, but that's okay. Out of our control at that point. Here we want to do some polarized 3-betting from the BB. So I'm just going to go ahead and 3-bet the ace-6. So having a king or an ace is really important to include in a polarized 3-bet range where playability matters less. Ace-6 doesn't play that well post, but it does block a lot of the 4-bets. Let's see. Oh, they're short here with the kings. I might just call. I'm just going to call flop. There's only really 3 cards that are bad for me. Or 4 cards. Any ace is bad. Once they check, I'm just going to go ahead and bet really small. A little bit weird for them to check flop. Maybe it's queens. We do see the ace. We could set our own price here on the turn. Don't think it achieves too much. So I'm just going to check back and decide on rivers. Kind of tricky for them to have a bluff here, because I feel like most bluffs bet flop. Yeah, so I'm just going to fold. It's not... Yeah, I just don't see how they can bluff there. I think they just c-bet bluff, and maybe they high level turn like jacks into a bluff, but yeah, I don't really see that happening. Big shout out to Clem23. Thank you so much for the follow, for the sub. I appreciate that a lot. It's something I've been working on, trying to grow this channel, so appreciate you. I missed what happened here. So I've called a 3-bet with 10-9, which I probably shouldn't, but maybe 50 V. Oh, they've only played 2 hands, so bit of a mistake maybe in this format. Normally it'd be fine. But we do flop the double gutter with the back doors. You know, I could consider check raising, but getting a really nice price. I do just want to realize equity here and then see what they do on later streets. It's a board they hit really well with the 3-bet range. Like, they can just have king, queen, king, jack, ace, king, jacks, kings, all aces, you know. Tons of believable hands. But they also have hands like ace, queen, maybe queen 10. I don't know if they fold enough. It's only 2 hands. I think the standard play for a straight flush draw here is just to shove. So I'm just going to shove it in without any reads on my opponent. You know, if I don't think they're bluffing enough or folding enough, I can certainly just smooth call. But yeah, just tons of equity and the play does work out. And we're going to shove some slow plays as well, and maybe even some slightly thinner stuff depending on reads, like king, queen, but not in this scenario. They look very tight here, but they've gone really small, but they're so tight. Just bring it up here, 4%. It is only 90 hands, but yeah, I'm just going to fold the suited ace. Maybe a mistake getting such a nice price, not sure. Shout out to you, 22 under bluffed, for looking at the results. I will update at the end of this month for the next month's results. Been a really good month. Last session, not good, but overall, great month. And yeah, just very happy with everything. It's going so well. Can mix here with the jacks. Yeah, let's go ahead and 3-bet this time. I think fighting's also completely fine. 6s, I'm just looking at who's behind me. Pretty close, but I'll fold due to the high rake. Hungry Croco 21, you legend, take a look at the deal. Do let me know if you are interested in signing up on CoinPoker using my code GUMPTION. I'll be happy to help out however I can. It's the main site that I'm playing on these days. So I appreciate you for checking that one out, and it's the best way to support the stream. Best way to support me would be signing up with my code there. Would mean a lot. It's a big part of why I do this, and I'm really hoping it will pay off. You know, it's a bit of a sacrifice to stream and show you guys, you know, everything I've learned over the years, but I'm hoping that it will pay off, and that's the biggest way for it to pay off right now for me, is using my code, and I would appreciate that a lot. So if you like this content, like the stream, please do consider using my code on CoinPoker. 8s, they're you know, they sized it so small. We're a little shallow, but so small that we just get to have a crack. I'm actually going to pot 8 and 9 here and just rep my 10x that does check back to the river. I think I've got that a decent amount. Queen here. We had check called turn, I think. Yeah, I'm just going to check it. I think leading small is an option. Yeah, tough one. The king, queen, 10, I think just hard for them to miss. They have to be playing, you know, 3-bet bluffs out of the BB. I just don't think they are. So I'm just going to make a really tight fold. I could be wrong, and then they you know, will have an edge over me, but that's just my assumption, and it's not like, you know, it's not a big deal. Calling with a 10 there, I mean, it would almost always have extra equity. It's not like we have like 10-3 suited, but, you know, typically the pairs we're only drawing to 2 outs are less important. If you hit a pair, you typically have 5 outs to 2 pairs, so it's worth considering. The 10-4-9 we want to go. Oh, it's multi-way. I'm actually going to check. I'm doing a lot of checking multi-way, doing a lot of checking to the button. When BB calls, they're very capped. So now, you know, button's still relatively uncapped, but yeah, I think we can go ahead and check raise at this point. We see a very quick call from button, and weirdly a shove from the BB. We do block the queen jack of diamonds. They can have 10x of diamonds, but yeah, I think I just have enough equity here, and they may have a hand like 7-8 of diamonds, 6-7 of diamonds, so sometimes we'll be dominated by the ace high flush draws, and sometimes I think we'll dominate them. Yeah, it is the 10x, but we're actually ahead, 55% equity, which is kind of wild. I'm going to cold 4-bet the queens. Probably could go a little smaller. We somehow win both. Oh no, they get the straight flush. Wowzers. Ace 10. Oh, horrible spot. I kind of acted too quickly. Oh, let's sit out. We got a lot of stuff going on here. So what happened here with the king queen? They 3-bet too small. I think I can bet turn. The queens is really close. They did 3-bet versus UTG, and it is Russian cash. This is probably a mix. I'm just going to go ahead and fold, not knowing. And I'm just going to re-raise the king. I guess I'll fold the ace-10 because we don't have the spades as blocking some of the outs. And so little behind. I'm really worried they could have, like, who knows? They could have checked back a set and they might now check back river, or... I do want to keep in bluffs and allow them, but with so little behind, I don't know if they're even going to bluff anyway. So just in case, I'm going to put the money in myself. So hard to know exactly what was going on there, because they played it very weird with the check back raise IP recall. It's Friday night, Mr. Davy Jones. You're on the session. Well, I wish I could be in the same league as that guy. That is the goal. It's Friday night. We're working toward it, but I always appreciate the, you know, trolling but kind comparison. Hopefully we can get there. Just day by day, hoping to improve bit by bit and slowly grind up to the games where Mr. Davy Jones plays, and it will be an honor to be battling with him one day. I'd say one of my favorite high stakes players, and you know, surely one of the best. Guess I fold with shorty on the limp here where I could be drawing dead. Seems close. And yeah, they're really short with the queens. I guess I didn't need to go so big. Alright, I was squeezing. Okay. I think I can just check here and expect them to bet the pairs, like always, because they're going to want to not like let ace-king see cards. And then now by checking, I can also allow them to bluff. So easy check call versus the jam. And it's an 8. No matter what I did, it didn't really matter. We were going to get the money in. And again, don't want to run twice, just want to keep deeper stacks in the pool. Usually it doesn't matter whether you run once or twice, but when it comes to short stacks, I'd rather not play with them. King Jack's super close. Like, they just made it so small from 8 to 14.3. My hand's fairly playable. I've got position on my side. I don't know how often they're going to check fold here after like min clicking the... Unless it was a misclick. But yeah, I'm just going to check back and see what happens. I think going small would be cool too. But yeah, it just felt a bit trappy. And you know, when I get a really good price pre-flop, I just want to realize my equity and not start losing extra money by like over bluffing into a nutty range or anything like that. The jacks is an easy fold versus the cold 4-bet from BB. We had opened UTG, so button's not going too crazy, and then BB is going to be very, very tight to cold 4-bet there. Again, a big thank you to all tuning in. I do appreciate all of you watching this, and please do consider supporting me by signing up on CoinPoker under my code GUMPTION. I can send you some money to play with or some free coaching as a big thank you. So please do check that out. You can always get in contact with me via my email or in the Discord. I'm quite responsive to Discord DMs and emails. So the 7-6 we can raise here a decent amount. I'm going to go ahead and do it this time because, yeah, we just got some 2 pairs. 6-7 can call, can raise. We're going to mix it up. But we want to raise the flop sometimes, and we want to, you know, have some bluffs in our raises. So on the 9, we can mix this hand. I'm actually going to check it back this time. So again, it's this idea of realizing our equity in position. But the 6-7 is going to basically make it into every line, or at least that's my goal. So I'm going to put it in the call line sometimes. I'm going to put it in the raise flop bet turn line. And I'm also going to put it in the raise flop check back turn. This is an interesting river bet. I don't think they're going to bet like a 5 with this. I think it's a weak queen. And I think I can actually jam, because I can raise flop with some 6-8 that check back turn just like 6-7 did. And I like having the blocker effect where I'm blocking like a queen 7 or a 5-7, and I'm also blocking if they just somehow have 6-8 as well, if they've bet called that, which can happen. And yeah, I just think that sizing represents something that I can get to fold, and it did work this time. I think some people won't believe me there and make the call, and that's okay. And against those people, what we'll do is we'll start going pretty thin there. But anyway, I shouldn't give away too much of the sauce. Again, appreciate you all tuning in. Appreciate you all, and it's been going quite well. We got a really good board here. I definitely should have bet the flop. I think as played, I'll just tail between the legs because I'm not repping. I can't check back Queen Jack, so I can't really raise river. Yeah, just got to focus a little more. Maybe a short coffee break soon. We'll see. Let's see. So they've donked 1 on 3, 4, 6. I think my hand I can just call, and we got probably one of the best turns we can ask for. Really, maybe a deuce of diamonds. I don't know, but this is a really nice turn. Oh, we lose to 8-9. But yeah, definitely going to value bet this hand. And I'm actually going to go a little higher here. I think I've got less incentive to bet like 2 pairs on the turn, so I'm going to pot it. And a big shout out to, who was that? I am Wing. Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate that a lot. Means a lot. We call the 3-bet here. Oh, they're so short. This is really annoying because I wanted to bluff raise the King Jack, but they're really short. I guess I can't fold, can I? The problem is my King and Jack aren't always live. I guess I fold. I don't know. That's a weird one for me. Normally this is a nice board, like I could probably lead it. Yeah, the ace-7, they've done well to bet here because we just have to call, right? We just have too much going for us. I could consider maybe turning my hand into a bluff, but I just think they're so strong because they bet, like, how many ways on the flop? 4 ways? But couldn't fold turn, obviously. You've got the blocker to the ace and then the spades, the back door as well, so like very high implied odds. Now we're seeing them time bank, and I'm very surprised to win this pot. Very mergy play, so we're very lucky to win that one, I would say, but that's kind of why we had to call. Are you up the whole 12k on Russian cash? That is right. Super Passy 7. It's actually more than that, but I had set a 10k challenge and was very lucky to hit the bad beat jackpot, but that erased the previous challenge, so I was actually up more. But anyways, I was obviously a great problem to have, so I went ahead and reset the challenge, started it again, and yeah, it's pretty much purely, I think it is 100% Russian cash. It's possible I played like literally 20 hands on like regular cash or something, but yeah, it's for all intents and purposes, yep. So I deposited Super Passy, I deposited $500 in October, and I've streamed a lot since then, and the bankroll's now grown to over 50k. So, you know, it's a big part of what my stream and channel is about, is like, you know, winning poker in action, basically. And I appreciate you guys all coming along for the journey. And, you know, my personal goal is to compete at the highest stakes. I love this game so much. So, yeah, just hoping to continue to grow and improve. And hopefully become competitive at the highest stakes. That would be the dream. But I'm having fun on the journey and feel very blessed, and it's all going very well. But, you know, the goal's always just what's in front of me. So I started with that $500 deposit at 50 NL Russian cash, and it was beating that post rake, moved up to 100, got crushed at 140 buy-ins under EV, and wasn't playing the best. I hadn't done any recent study, and then went deep into the lab, and that really helped. I very quickly was able to move up to 200 and did really well, have been doing really well here at 200, then on CoinPoker playing 100, 200, and lately 500. They did lead multi-way here. I think I'll fold the ace-king. I think they're going to have 4s, 5s, some jack-x, and then, like, sure, maybe some blockers with, like, pocket 9s, so... yeah, I'm just not sure if I'm seeing enough bluffs. Like, I do block really nicely with ace-king. It makes me want to bluff raise, but yeah, I just don't think I need to, basically. I think they'll just... if I have it there, they'll just pay me. So, a spot where I'm choosing to be unbalanced on purpose, just because I don't think a lot of people will get away from, like, jack 10 there anyway. Go ahead and 3-bet the 6-3 at a, sorry, the ace 3 sometimes. Queen 10 we're going to show down. It's an okay board for both of us. We've got a lot of trips, but yeah, I think Queen 10 high just wins enough for some air. Yeah, maybe not enough though. Maybe I should consider turning it into a bluff. They're going to have a lot of king highs, some small pocket pairs. Yeah, as played, I'm just going to give it up. We see a pot bet here from O-Tech. The 4 is quite good for us. I'm not going to lead my hand. I don't even need to consider it. Now they go small, which is really interesting instantly. Yeah, I mean, I just get to call. My hand is a bluff catcher, and at the moment is okay with the pot size. I don't think it wants to see anything bigger. I think now feels like a mistake to call. I don't think they're ever going 1/3 bluff like this. I could turn my hand into a bluff, but I also think they could easily have a trapping size in there. I'm going to go ahead and fold this one. But I think turning it into a bluff would be reasonable. Ace-Jack's not going to play very well multi-way. It will on that board. The 10s, I can 3-bet, I can call. Chose to call, but now looking at their stats, it is only 10 hands, but I probably should just 3-bet. Multi-way, I will fold as played. Shout out to the YouTube comments. Sorry I haven't been reading. Dan Rin, 3287. If you had over 5k hands data on a player, would you play fully exploitative from preflop to river against them, or would you still stick with GTO? I would definitely play exploitative. And then another comment, C2J. Do you think if they had a set, they don't jam? Oh, yes, I don't think so. I think you're talking about the hand where there was 5-6 was the nuts, right? And they shoved river. I think it's maybe possible for them to jam sets, but it was like wasn't it like a 5x shove? It was pretty big, so I don't expect to see sets in there, but I certainly could be wrong. Here, I think we should be raising our jacks as a bluff. The jack 10 can now fold. We had the backdoor with the gut shot. I think it's very reasonable flop call, but turn would be too loose. And it's a bad board where I just can't bluff much or do too much. The 10s will just fold. Although I think peeling probably fine and good. And the jacks, let's... do we want to keep barreling after they call? They're going to have some ace king. I'm going to give this one up this time. Just RNG'd low, but normally I would definitely continue there. And a big shout out to Malganis. Censored PG streams, I can't read the full name, but thank you so much for the sub, and big thank you to DK Holm. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. The jacks we will now fold, but oh no, of course we see the king river. But I really like my flop play there. I think we've got some sets in king jack and ace queen to check raise flop with. Certainly a board where we want to fast play as well, and not slow play very much, given that many turns will change things. The 6-5 suited, we can 3-bet this sometimes. I'll do it this time. And our VPIP's gotten it's too high for these games. I just, again, have been playing CoinPoker ante, so My sort of default and autopilot's probably a little bit too loose. So given that, I'm actually going to fold the ace-jack here. I was tempted to 3-bet it, but I got to chill, I think. Same with the king-9 suited. Queen 2's pretty loose open on the button, but probably okay. And if I am going to widen or be a little looser, I'd rather it be on like a button open than like a BB defend. Harder to realize equity out of position, calling from the BB. Easier to realize equity in position. The queen 10. Yeah, I think we can still 3-bet this. Yeah, 3-bet's still quite low for the session actually. Probably take a couple of these mixed spots with a little bit more frequency. I'm gonna limp the ace-7. I think it plays decently as a limp. They had auto folded, which is what we are after. Guess I fold the king 10. Seems close though with that size, but I'm going to go half pot on these boards where the straight is present. It's actually present in both ranges. We have a set advantage, but not a straight advantage, just a neutral. So as soon as you have sort of neutrality with the, especially in the top end, you want to go smaller in sizings. But weirdly, to go really small, you kind of want some sort of a range advantage or equity advantage as well. So it's a funny one. I'm going to raise really big with the 4s and just try and cooler. Trip queens and charge the draws. And I think just jam river. I don't know if they're going to get away from like queen jack. Some people might, but yeah, I think I can just jam it. And a big shout out to Nightwish. Thanks so much for the follow. Appreciate you. Can see a quick fold, so maybe, yeah, like some sort of a draw. And if they did bet call ace X, which is unlikely, but if they did, I think they'll either call pot or call shove, same, think we're bluffing or not. Go ahead and 3-bet the 10-9 suited. Jack, I will fold. It's not going to play very well in a 3-bet pot, and they sized it big enough. So a really nice board, the king 7-3. You could have a few options. I'm going to go small bet this time, but you can certainly actually bet bigger. Maybe I should with the flush draw. So ace is really, it's okay for us. They'll be peeling some ace queen with a spade. I think I'm blocking the spades. I'm just going to give up. King queen on 4 deuce 5, I'm checking back. On the queen, I kind of like this one. I think I'm going to pot it. They're going to have some underpairs to fold. We do block them. But we've got ace queen, ace king ourselves that slow plays turn. Actually, I might just go b75. The only thing about this is maybe yeah, I guess they don't really float flop with too much ace x. Maybe some ace x of hearts, but yeah, I mean, even king jack's going to be put in a reasonably tough spot here, I would say. I don't mind having a bet, check, bet, bluff range there, because I think I do have, certainly pocket queens is in this line. When we go small bet flop, it's a range bet. Some ace queen for sure. And some traps too. So I don't mind it. And it did work this time, which is lovely. I'm going to check a lot. Out of position versus button, so queen 10 no exception. And quick call on the turn, hoping to induce a nice bluff on the river. But we don't see the bluff. Well, we did get the turn bluff, which is good. And yeah, I think earlier we had a similar board here where I went half pot explaining, I think it was where I bluffed turn explaining how I had all the 2 pairs. So again, I'm being consistent and playing my 2 pair the exact same way as I played my bluff last time. Limp the 8-5 this time, I think. Good limp, could raise, it's all good. Pretty nice board. The 5 we hit showdown value, so I won't keep going. The 9-10 they went way too small, so in position we just get to call and realize equity. And we do hit 2 pair here. I think I can go for overbet, expecting most of the straight draws like 6-7 and queen 10 to bet turn. So yeah, I'm just going to overbet. The 10-9 feels close, I'll fold it though. And the king 7, just going to do a rare check back on the king 9-8. Try and induce some bluffs, and I'm going to have like queens and jacks, maybe ace 9 to check back. And I'll check back again on the turn. I think betting or checking is totally fine. Oftentimes when you check back flop, you're checking back turn with these kinds of medium hands. We're not really after 2 streets, I don't think, versus small blind hijack scenario with king no kicker. And now we do bet, and very similar spots where I was bluffing, where I was, you know, I'm not trying to rep a set here, I'm trying to rep exactly what I have. Maybe some 9x or pocket jacks, maybe starting to get a little thin. An easy call versus a check raise. They got it. But it is just the jack 9. Yeah, not much more to say. The only advice I have for them is to never try and bluff a station. I do love to station off. Queen Jack 6, that's a decent-ish board for us. Oftentimes these middle ace X like to just check down, because like if we have a stronger ace X, we're actually getting called by weaker ace X. This one's so much in the middle, and like having them fold ace deuce, I mean on the deuce it's nice, but on the flop we don't really care. So yeah, this one's just going to try and get to showdown. Really close on the river versus this size. Could go either way. I think I'll just pay this one. And it is the pocket, like exactly what they repped. Now I'm going to note it on them. But not knowing how they play, you know, some people, especially like I find in the Russian cash, like they're just playing real quick and they'll just throw in a small bluff because the other people are sort of like leaderboard grinding autopilot. They've checked back and they just, like, some MDA player just leads out small expecting overfolds or something. But yeah, this player just had the hand that sizing was designed for. So I just note it and accumulate some data. 6-7, I think they've gone too small. So again, I'll get to call. 7-8 feels really close, so they've gone small bet and then 4 into 7. This feels legit to me. I don't know though, it's close. 6-7 can go small bet in position. Typically, calling a 3-bet IP, you get to go small bet in position on a lot of boards. This is a really strange one to see them snap lead really big. Yeah, this is bizarre. I have no idea how they play. I'll peel one, unblocking some stuff quite nicely. Now they snap pot river. This is just really, really strange. So they would have to 3-bet, check, call, snap lead, snap lead. This is just bizarre. I don't really understand this at all. I don't know, maybe they're gonna own me, but I think I call here. I don't really get it. Nice. We were right. You got to trust the instincts. Big shout out to you all tuning in. I do appreciate it a lot. I think I'm going to go and take a quick break on that lovely hero call. Let's go about B40 with the King 7. Yeah, I'll take a quick break and be back soon. Maybe make a coffee. So they've checked back, bet turn, bet river with the A7. We get to bet call the King 7. Bet turn, bet river. I'm in like some real tough spots here. King 7, I think I can easily fold that. The King Jack, they've gone bet bomb. Oh no, I'm timing out. They pot the turn here. I mean, my hand is a call. Unblocking the clubs and diamonds. Nice. I got that one right. Who knows? The other one was close as well, but I timed out, so don't have to think about it. According to Nazigi Bit, I need to get a job at McDonald's until I got a bankroll to play NL50. Stop wasting my time at the micros. What, to move up to where they respect your raises? Shout out to you, Popeye. Shout out to all of you tuning in. I do appreciate you all, and I will be back very soon. Just going to take a quick coffee break. I'll throw a rerun of last week's session on, which was also a lovely session. So plenty for you guys to watch until I get back. Thank you again. See you all very soon. Just play these ones out. So 3s, I should have bet. Well, yeah, it's close. As played, we're definitely going to put in a small bet here. And we're going to bet the Jack 10 after they check back. So the King 6-6, we will value bet Jacks. This is an easy call for them. Because that's like one of our value bets is going to be like the mid pairs up to Jacks. Yeah, I can pot river versus the check back with Jack 10. If you enjoy poker, play whatever stakes you like. Oh, 100%. I mean, we started at NL50 Popeye back in October, so look at us now. We chillin', so you do you, bro. All right, back soon, everyone. Appreciate yous.